Ken Barlow is set to face an emotional crossroads in the upcoming episodes of Coronation Street, grappling with a guilty conscience over his granddaughter Amy's misfortunes. The weight of Amy's recent financial loss bears heavily on Ken, who feels partly responsible for her current situation. The story begins with Amy falling victim to a nefarious scheme orchestrated by the cult-like institute, led by Rowan Cunliffe. Believing she was making a smart business investment, Amy persuaded Ken to transfer her £40,000 inheritance, which has since vanished into the cult's coffers. Now, as Amy tries to pick up the pieces, she's left with no choice but to take on extra shifts at work, hoping to recoup her financial loss. Her determination strikes Ken deeply, and while he watches Amy struggle to make ends meet, the guilt begins to eat away at him. What makes this even harder for Ken is the fact that he recently won £50,000 in premium bonds. The timing of the windfall is almost cruel, as Ken now has the means to help Amy. But he's conflicted about whether or not he should intervene. This is not just a matter of money. Ken's decision could influence Amy's future in ways that go beyond financial stability. Ken opens up to his old friend Cassie in a rare moment of vulnerability. As they sit together in the rover's return, Ken admits his concerns. He feels that giving Amy the money might ease her immediate burden, but he questions whether it's truly the best solution. Cassie listens intently, offering a voice of reason. She points out that while Ken's intentions are noble, sometimes letting someone work through their mistakes can build character and resilience. Ken, however, is torn. He wants to help Amy, but Cassie's words linger in his mind. Would giving her the money rob her of a valuable lesson, or is it simply the right thing to do as her grandfather? While Ken battles his internal conflict, another key player enters the fray, Leanne Battersby. Determined to expose Rowan Cunliffe for the manipulator that he is, Leanne takes matters into her own hands. Leanne has been wary of the Institute from the start, and now she has found the proof she needs to bring Rowan down. After discovering hidden files on Rowan's computer, Leanne unearths damning evidence that not only points to Amy's lost inheritance, but also reveals that Rowan has been building a secret dossier of blackmail material. Among the files are shocking details of an affair involving Nick and Toya, which Rowan has been using to manipulate those around him. With this information in hand, Leanne turns to Amy. The two sit down, and Leanne explains what she's found. As Amy listens, she is filled with a mixture of anger and relief. Angry that she had been so easily deceived, but relieved that there might be a chance to get her money back. Leanne, ever the pragmatic force, tells Amy that they have the upper hand now. Together, they could expose Rowan and force him to return Amy's inheritance. Amy, who has been feeling the weight of her mistake for weeks, is now fired up and ready to take action. For the first time in what feels like forever, Amy sees a glimmer of hope. Back at Ken's house, the atmosphere is much more subdued. Ken remains in a pensive state, sitting alone in his living room, the letter from the premium bonds win still in his hand. Cassie's advice echoes in his thoughts. Does throwing money at the situation really fix it? Or does it just patch over a deeper problem? The silence in the room is broken only by the ticking of the clock, but Ken's mind is far from quiet. He knows that with one phone call, he could change everything for Amy, but at what cost? As Ken contemplates his next move, Leanne's discovery offers Amy a new avenue for reclaiming what was lost. The stakes are high, and the emotional drama is reaching its boiling point. Amy is prepared to take Rowan to task, but Ken must decide whether to stay on the sidelines or step in as her safety net. The question is not just about money, it's about family, trust, and the fine line between helping and enabling. Ken's guilt is palpable, and with each passing moment, the decision looms larger in his mind. As the story unfolds, viewers will be left wondering, will Ken follow his heart and give Amy the money, or will he choose to let her fight her own battles? And as Leanne goes head-to-head with Rowan, will they succeed in exposing the cult and recovering Amy's inheritance? The upcoming episodes promise to be packed with emotional depth and moral complexity, as the characters are forced to confront their past mistakes and the consequences of their decisions.